There's a technique used by the top 1% of seducers, therapists, and negotiators that you've never been taught. It's so subtle that your conscious mind never detects it, yet so powerful that it can make someone feel like they've known you their entire life within minutes. This phenomenon is called the chameleon effect, and it's the scientific reason your ex keeps texting you at 2 a.m., unable to explain why they feel so magnetically pulled back to you. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly how this works, and more importantly, how you've been accidentally using it your entire life without even knowing it. The people who master this don't chase, they become irresistible. By the end of this video, you'll understand the invisible force that creates instant trust, deep connection, and that unexplainable chemistry everyone searches for. Let me take you back to a groundbreaking study conducted at New York University in 1999. Psychologist Tanya Chartrand discovered something remarkable. When two strangers unconsciously mimicked each other's body language, they reported feeling an inexplicable bond, even though they couldn't identify why. One person would cross their legs, and within seconds, the other would do the same. A subtle head tilt would be mirrored back like a reflection. What Chartrand found was that this mirroring happened automatically in people who felt connected. But here's the game changer. When researchers intentionally trained people to mirror others, those others rated them as significantly more likable, trustworthy, and attractive. This wasn't conscious manipulation. It was tapping into the brain's ancient wiring for connection. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for signals of safety, and mirroring sends the most powerful signal possible. You're like me, you're safe, you're home. Now, here's where it gets fascinating and explains everything about your ex. When you first met them, you naturally mirrored each other constantly. You matched their energy, their speaking pace, their emotional tone. This created what neuroscientists call neural synchrony. Your brains literally began firing in similar patterns. fMRI studies show that when two people mirror each other, their brain activity becomes coordinated, particularly in areas associated with empathy and emotional processing. You weren't just talking, you were creating a shared neurological experience. This is why new love feels so intense and why you felt so understood. Then something happened. Over time, as relationships settle, people stop mirroring as intensely. You stop matching their pace. They stopped reflecting your emotions. The neural synchrony broke down, and suddenly that spark everyone talks about seemed to vanish into thin air. But here's the secret that keeps your ex coming back, even when logic says they shouldn't. That neural synchrony you created doesn't just disappear. It leaves an imprint, a template in their brain of what connection feels like. When they're with someone new who doesn't naturally mirror them, their brain notices the absence. It's like going from high definition to standard definition. You can't quite put your finger on it, but something essential is missing. Their nervous system remembers the safety and recognition you provided through mirroring, even if they consciously can't explain it. This is why they might say things like, "I just feel different with you," or "Nobody gets me like you did." What they're really experiencing is the absence of that deep, mirrored connection. Your ex's brain is literally searching for the neural pattern you established together. And when it can't find it elsewhere, it pulls them back to the source, you. The chameleon effect works because of mirror neurons, a revolutionary discovery that won neuroscientists a place in scientific history. These specialized brain cells fire both when you perform an action and when you watch someone else perform that same action. When someone smiles at you, your mirror neurons activate as if you were smiling. When they lean forward with interest, your mirror neurons prepare your body to do the same. This system evolved over millions of years to help humans survive through cooperation and social bonding. But here's what most people miss. Mirror neurons don't just copy actions, they copy intentions and emotions. When you subtly mirror someone's body language, you're not just matching their posture, you're signaling that you understand their emotional state. Your mirror neurons are telling their mirror neurons, "I see you, I feel you, we're in this together." This creates trust at a level that words simply cannot reach. Now let me show you how to use this ethically and powerfully. The key is subtlety. If mirroring is obvious, it triggers suspicion instead of trust. Start with breathing. When you're talking to someone you want to connect with, observe the pace of their breathing and gradually sync yours to match. This is invisible but profoundly effective because breathing is linked directly to emotional state. If they're calm and breathing slowly, slow yours down. If they're excited and breathing quickly, elevate yours slightly. Next, match their speaking tempo and volume. If they speak softly and slowly, don't come in with high energy and rapid-fire words. Mirror their pace, and their nervous system will recognize you as someone like me. Then, and only then, begin subtly matching body language. If they lean back, you lean back a few seconds later. If they cross their arms, find a natural moment to do something similar. The delay is crucial. Immediate mirroring appears artificial and rehearsed. Here's a technique the top relationship coaches never talk about: emotional mirroring, which is far more powerful than physical mirroring. When someone shares a story, don't just nod and say, "That's interesting." Match the emotional tone they're expressing. If they're telling you about a frustrating day, let a subtle expression of frustration cross your face. If they're excited about a new opportunity, let genuine enthusiasm show in your eyes. This isn't being fake. It's consciously doing what naturally happens between people who deeply connect. Research shows that when someone feels their emotions are accurately reflected back to them, they experience what psychologists call emotional attunement. This creates a sense of being truly seen and understood, which is one of the deepest human needs. People will feel more alive, more themselves in your presence, because you're giving them the gift of recognition. This is the secret sauce that makes someone think about you for days after a single conversation. But there's a dark side to mirroring that you need to understand. Narcissists and manipulators are often expert mirrors. They use this technique to create false intimacy quickly, then withdraw it to create anxiety and dependence. The difference between ethical and manipulative mirroring lies in intention. Ethical mirroring comes from genuine curiosity and the desire to understand someone's world. You're not pretending to be someone you're not. You're temporarily stepping into their experience to build a bridge. Manipulative mirroring is about control, creating connection to exploit it. If you find yourself mirroring someone just to get something from them, or if you completely lose yourself by always mirroring and never expressing your authentic self, you've crossed into unhealthy territory. The goal isn't to become a chameleon with no colors of your own. The goal is to create enough safety and recognition that both people can show up authentically. True connection requires both mirroring and differentiation, being able to match someone's world while maintaining your own identity. Let's talk about why this works so powerfully in the context of your ex specifically. When a relationship ends, both people typically stop mirroring completely. In fact, they often start deliberately doing the opposite as a form of emotional protection. Your ex might start talking faster when you talk slowly, or they become cold when you show warmth. This anti-mirroring is a defense mechanism, but it also breaks any remaining neural synchrony. However, if you understand this pattern, you can do something incredibly powerful. When you do interact with your ex, instead of matching their defensive energy, you can subtly mirror their underlying emotional state. If they're acting cold but you sense fear underneath, you can match that vulnerability carefully. If they're acting angry but you sense hurt, you can reflect that hurt with empathy. This pierces through their defenses because you're mirroring their authentic emotion, not their protective mask. Their nervous system recognizes this and thinks, "This person still sees the real me." That recognition is intoxicating and exactly why they keep coming back. Here's a technique that will change your dating life forever: strategic mismatching. While mirroring creates connection, occasional intentional non-mirroring creates intrigue and prevents you from seeming too agreeable. If you mirror someone 100% of the time, you become predictable and lose your mystery. Instead, mirror about 70% of the time, and 30% of the time, deliberately offer a contrasting but complementary energy. If they're high energy, most of the time match it, but occasionally bring a moment of grounded calm. If they're always serious, mirror that respect for depth, but occasionally surprise them with playful spontaneity. This pattern, mostly similarity with occasional intriguing difference, is what researchers call optimal distinctiveness. It satisfies the human need for both belonging and uniqueness. You become someone who gets them, but also challenges them slightly, which prevents boredom and creates the dynamic tension that feels like chemistry. This is why your ex might be attracted to you even when the relationship was difficult. You provided both recognition and growth. Now I want to address the question you're probably asking. Is this manipulation? Here's my answer. All communication is influence, and you're constantly sending signals whether you're aware of them or not. The question isn't whether to influence, it's whether to do so with awareness and ethics. When you develop conscious mirroring skills, you're not creating false connection. You're removing the barriers that prevent authentic connection. Think about it. When you're anxious or self-focused, you naturally stop mirroring others, which makes them feel unseen and disconnected. By intentionally mirroring, you're actually being more present and attentive, not less. The key ethical guideline is this: only mirror people you genuinely like and respect. Use this technique to deepen connections that matter to you, not to manipulate people you have no real interest in. If you find yourself mirroring purely to get someone to like you, despite having nothing in common, that's when it becomes dishonest. But if you're using it to help someone feel comfortable enough to show you who they really are, you're using one of the most powerful tools for human connection ever discovered. Let me give you a real-world application you can use immediately. The next time you're on a date or meeting someone you want to connect with, try this sequence. First 5 minutes, focus entirely on observing them. Notice their energy level, speaking pace, primary emotion, and body language without trying to change anything about yourself. Minutes 5 to 10, begin gently matching their breathing rhythm. This is invisible, but creates subconscious rapport. Minutes 10 to 20, start mirroring their speaking pace and one key body language element, like whether they lean in or sit back. After 20 minutes, begin emotional mirroring by reflecting back the feelings underneath their words. Final phase, introduce one element that's uniquely you, a perspective they hadn't considered, a different energy level, or a unique insight. This sequence builds trust through similarity, then creates attraction through distinctiveness. People will walk away from conversations with you feeling like they just met someone who really gets them, but also fascinates them. This is the formula that creates that rare chemistry everyone searches for, but few understand. So here's the truth about why your ex keeps coming back, even when they claim they don't want to. You created a neural template for connection in their brain through thousands of hours of unconscious mirroring. Every new person they meet gets compared to that template, and most people never come close because they don't understand these principles. Your ex's nervous system keeps pulling them back to you because you represent a depth of being seen and understood that's rare in this world. But here's what you need to know. This doesn't mean you should necessarily get back together. Sometimes people keep coming back to us, not because we're right for them, but because we're familiar. The real power in understanding the chameleon effect isn't using it to win back an ex. It's using it to create deeper connections moving forward, whether that's with new people or by building something healthier with someone from your past. The choice is yours, but now you understand the invisible force that's been shaping your relationships all along. Master mirroring with intention and ethics, and you'll never struggle with connection again. You'll become someone people feel inexplicably drawn to, someone they can't quite forget, someone whose presence feels like coming home.